yes, some people are saying that their path is different from some other people's path. There is a general thing out here where people like to say, but my path is different, your path is different, um, which is a very strange thing because in this multiverse, there's only one law, and that law applies to everybody. It applies to everybody the same. So, like, things are not different for any being. The same laws apply to any being. So, each and every being. So, things can't be different. The paths can't be different for anybody. Like, everybody has to do the same PBS, which has been explained in the previous terms.
Yes, what an excellent point.
Yes. So all this talk of that, oh, my path is different, your path is different, like we all have different paths, is absolute nonsense because everybody is under the same laws. All beings here are under the same laws. So there's no question of like different paths. The same PBS law applies to everybody. There's another thing about knowledge. People are always saying that, um, please give us more knowledge, we want more knowledge. Like, the thing is that knowledge doesn't come from asking, demanding, okay. Like, even in the times of rishis only gave knowledge to a select number of disciples who were humble and who were doing praising, bowing, and serving. And whatever people consider knowledge these days is just information. It's not knowledge, anyways. It's like when you get something from a book, it's information. All the bookish, so-called bookish things are not knowledge, they're information. Knowledge is something which you apply to yourself holistically, which does something good for you, which evolves you holistically. That's what is knowledge is. And for that, one has to learn basics, one has to have humility. And whenever one is demanding knowledge, one can never get knowledge, like by demanding. So knowledge is nothing which is demanded or which can be demanded. Yeah. Yeah. So that whole approach is wrong because the basics are not in place. People's whole approach is wrong. So like that's why in the ancient Vedic things, whenever the rishis and the beings who had knowledge only transmitted it to the beings who deserved it. So it's not, knowledge is nothing which is everyone's birthright. Just by being born, they deserve knowledge. You have to do the correct actions to get knowledge. And that's why I've given the PBS law to follow in order to gain knowledge. And there's a whole new kind of thing where people are saying that they will just go within and they will find God and everything will happen for them if they just go within. That means if every being will go within, they'll have to find Paramatma out there. But Paramatma doesn't exist in every being. Like inside every being, Jivatma exists, not Paramatma. So even if they go within, they will not find the absolute divine within themselves. And what does it mean to go within even? Like what is going within? Like when you go within, you'll find your thoughts. And once you go past your thoughts, there'll be just nothingness and voidness. Nothing else. There's nothing to be found out there like that. I mean, if that was the case, then the ancient Vedic times, nobody would ever go to a rishikul or a gurukul and learn under a rishi. They would just go within themselves and would not need any gurus or anything, and would never need to bow to any higher and divine. You just go within. You don't, like it's just another way they have found out to not bow to higher and divine. So, because once being actually only evolves and grows, only one praises the higher and bows and serves. So all those things have to be done. So this is a new age kind of thing where they keep on just saying like you go within, and you do meditation, and when they don't even know the definition of the word meditation, but you just do meditation, and then people do that and nothing happens. Obviously nothing happens. It's a big zero after it all. Like there's nothing happening for you
Yes.
afterwards.
That's how it is.
Yeah, your power is not increased
No,
by even
no, it doesn't change.
the slightest amount after doing all of those things. So that's another one of this current day misconceptions which is rife in this world, and there are many people promoting it because they are all being governed by their ego, and they don't want to bow, they don't want to praise, they don't want to bow, they don't want to serve. So
You really
so
go to the root.
so their egos have driven them to this
Yes.
strange notion where they can actually become divine just by going within, and this going within is not a defined thing at all. What is going within and how it is done, or what is the process for it. Like in all the films up till now, I have laid down the foundation for the ultimate law in the multiverse, which is praising, bowing, serving higher and divine. And only when a being does that can a being raise themselves. There is no other way to raise oneself. Yeah. And any being who refuses to do that can never go higher or up. Like, and all of the Vedic Shastras, Puranas, all of the Vedic scriptures will tell the same. There are many people who say that they can't make much out of LotusOcean because there's always just music and sounds there. But I mean, these same people forget that music is the universal language. Music actually changes your vibration. If you listen to it properly, you might not understand it in one go, but two goes. But if you keep on listening to it over and over again, and if you spend time with it, it will affect you on a vibrational level. And it affects you vibrationally and changes your consciousness on that level. So it is even more important than speech, because if somebody's talking in English, then not all people in the world can understand that. But music, everybody can understand. And in language, there is always scope for misinterpretation. But in music, it's nothing like that. It will just affect you directly, straight into your being on a vibrational level. So people always think that if somebody is speaking, they are gaining some knowledge. They're under that illusion. And if some music is playing, then they're not gaining anything. It's the sense of gaining, which people are caught up with. What do I gain with? So a lot of places where people think that they're gaining something just because somebody is speaking something and they're listening to it, but in the end they're not gaining anything actually from it. And what they're actually gaining from, they don't feel that they're gaining anything. So it is a misconception in their brains. Yeah. And in music there's a whole question of tones, like higher quality sounds, higher quality tones, and all of those things are there in LotusOcean, and people, if they pay attention to it and give it time, will affect them in a positive way, vibrationally, and then they wouldn't be asking like why there's all this music and sounds in LotusOcean and not speech. How society is designed right now, how the paradigm is, how this world functions right now, people are under misconception about what knowledge is. Like information seems like knowledge to people. Like so, yeah. So they're always like hungry for information, and even though it might be wrong, the information, it might be of no use to them. It has no purpose. It doesn't involve them at all. It does no good to their being. But they still want information. Yeah. Even if it is incorrect, even if it has no basis. Yeah. It's just a question of entertainment, and and the realm of sounds, like music is just sound, is not accessible to everyone because refinement in sound is not promoted in the society. So all kinds of low vibration sounds permeate the mass consciousness. So people have no idea of what a proper sound is, what a proper sound is like. So when they come across it, they can't identify it. But that's where it is important to actually give it time and like play something over and over again until your being gets used to it, to a higher level of sound
Yes, yeah.
or a higher level of vibration.
So true. And so worth it. There's so
Yeah.
much to discover.